Welcome, everybody. Special week this week. Every one of them special, but got a couple of guests we're going to bring on in a second. But let's go to Coach Vann first of all, and then we'll bring Howie on. Coach Vann, tell us who you got with you tonight.
I got running back Parham and center Kai Shankles. Aiden's a junior this year, and Kai's a senior. So sorry, I'm sitting here playing with the music was on my TV from watching film earlier today, and I was trying to sit here and fix it because it was so loud there behind me. I was wondering why Aiden was talking before we was going, and I was hearing him, and then the TV, and it was all jacked up. But Aiden Parham, running back, Kai Shankles, center. So.
Hey, guys, welcome aboard. Aiden, a couple of busy weeks for you, right?
Yes, sir.
Aiden, as a junior now, how do you feel about this year and coming into this Geraldine game? How do you feel about the opening of the season and just getting started?
I think that we're doing good. We're improving every week. I think we're great. I think if we play, like how we're supposed to, we can do really good.
Great, that's awesome. And we'll get back to y'all. Just Kai, let me just get you introduced here a little bit and ask you, how long have you been playing football, and when did you move to center, or have you always been a center?
I started playing in fifth grade year, and I played guard, and then I played center. And if there's been any injuries, I played guard some, but I must have been center since about sixth grade.
Well, I've got a special fondness for centers. That's the most important place on the field, right?
Right.
Yeah, I'm with you. Now, over here to the side, Howie Chaney. Let's get him in here and get this show started. Howie, welcome aboard.
Hey, guys. How's everybody doing tonight?
Good.
Good deal. Aiden, my first question is going to be for you real quick. Get it out of the way. How tired was you after that Piedmont game?
Pretty tired. I'll be honest. Pretty tired.
Well,
that you were asking for carries the week before, but you didn't at the Piedmont game.
I definitely got the carries.
Coach,
I'm sorry, Randy. Kyle, you got injured a little bit last year, but so far so good this year. How does it feel being back with the teammates and your offensive line?
Great. I love them all.
Y'all been together how long now? Is it 2-3 years?
3 years.
3 years on the offensive line together, pretty much. Coach Vann, maybe you're better to answer this. How long has the offensive line been together? Is it 3 years now?
Well, no, we lost 3 years ago. We lost Decker, and we lost 3 guys. So this is second year full that everyone's been together. We didn't lose anybody. So.
Good, yeah. Let's go ahead and get talking about this past week. A fast start, then a slow middle, and then a fast ending to the game there, Coach. What happened there kind of during the second quarter?
Yeah, not executing. Not doing what we're supposed to. I thought penalties really is the only thing that held us back on offense. I thought we did a really good job of moving the football. We did miss assignments early in the game that kept us from busting a few. Just not locked in. I think there was a lot of it, but I thought our guys continued to play hard. We had a few uncharacteristic lack of effort plays, I think, that I would call them in the first half as well on the defensive side. So that's not normally something you see from our football teams, but that's something that happened the other night. I don't know what that was. It's, like I said, uncharacteristic, but hopefully we got that fixed going into this week. But I really felt like Ohatchee deserves a lot of credit. They played hard. They kept fighting. They got down 14-0. They could have laid down. They continued to fight, made some plays on us. It was 3rd and 12. And we were up 14-0. They made a really good throw, really good catch, get a big first down. That was a big play in the game because we had them pinned deep. We don't get good field position. It could be 21-0 and a complete different football game than what we were able to see. I really thought our guys competed in the game well. We just had some lack of communication and lack of getting lined up and making the plays we're supposed to make. We was really had the numbers on the side they were running the football to. We just didn't set the edge very well, and we wasn't running downhill making plays. So, it's stuff we got fixed at halftime, and then we got our eyes wrong in the second half, and so how they scored 2 touchdowns. But I thought we played hard in the second half. It wasn't like an effort. It wasn't like a competing in the football game. I just thought we didn't execute to the best that we could execute. We've got to do a better job this Friday night before we want an opportunity to win the football game. So we're going to have to do better.
I know Connor Andretti didn't have the best of night on extra points, but I think he hit the field goal that kind of changed the momentum of the game a little bit.
Yeah, it was made it 17 for us, Greg. I think.
Yeah.
So, we missed the flat guy that would have scored a touchdown. We settled for a field goal, and it feels good to know as a coach you got somebody you can rely on to get you 3 points. I thought he did a really good job of kicking extra points. He's the one that come up here Saturday, and he had texted me Saturday and Sunday, "You want to come up here and work?" And he worked on it Saturday, even got a workout in Saturday, and he was up here trying to kick on Sunday. So he's a guy who if he messes up, he's wanting to fix it and right the ship. I really thought he did a good job, and them 3 points was huge. And especially later in the game, we was able to go up 24-22, and then when you start making a 2-score game, a 3-score game because of that 3 points, that if you don't make it, it's a tighter game. So I really think Andretti did a really good job in the game, and he works hard. So I don't think you have to worry about him missing too many extra points.
Right. The guys on the sideline, which is always the opposite team's chain gang, they was really bragging about how good of a kicker he was, and that angle that he made that field goal from wasn't a straight-on field goal. It was from the left hash.
Yeah, he does a good job. I mean, he works at it during practice. He goes over there to the game field most days when we're in the middle of practice, and he's working. And then on Wednesdays, we move the ball around. But you don't just get that from one day of kicking on Wednesday when we saddle and Thursday when we move the ball around and we kick and we move our tackle. You don't get that from one day. That's from a lot of work that he puts in. So I'm really proud of him and the effort that he brings every day. He's a kicker. He don't get a lot of practice and everyday drills and everything else. But we rely on him a lot, and he's a big part of our football team, and I'm really proud of him.
Randy, go ahead, man.
Hey, let's go to Kyle real fast. Kyle, when you having Griffin this year in snapping the football, is there any difference in snapping the football if the quarterback field, or do you change the way you hold the ball?
No, I just snap it regular. If it's Jackson or Griffin or whoever's, same everything.
When you come to the line of scrimmage, slide the football up just a little bit, or do you have a thing that you do with the football before you snap it?
I usually get around the laces and slide it up a little bit. I do. I give us a little extra, I guess.
All right, Aiden. Last year was a real nice introduction for you as a running back. You had a good year last year, but this year you're kind of the guy. When do you feel the best during a game? After 5 carries, 10 carries, or is there a point where you just kind of say, okay, I feel it now, and I want the ball?
I don't know. Usually after that first run, just after you get the nerves out, feel good after that.
What did you think of the kind of the jumbo package Coach went to over at Piedmont, running behind the 2 big fullbacks in front of you and taking a direct snap?
I liked it. I was running behind. It was Ashton, Aspen, and Travis. So it was really nice.
It was. Kyle, when he gets back there in that shotgun, do you ever look back there and go, hey, Aiden's not a quarterback. What's he doing back there?
No, not really. I mean, he's pretty good. He's going to catch it just like anyone else is back there. He does get a little fast on his cadence, though.
Yeah, I got it.
Coach Murphy. Hey, Coach, we talked, I texted you earlier, kind of halfway joking, but it was a tough, the fans want to jump ahead to Geraldine, And like me as a fan, I want to always jump ahead. Ohatchee really gave y'all a solid look Friday night, and I think you learned some things about your football team Friday night.
Yeah, I was worried about them all week, and I did not have a good feeling on Friday about it, just the feel of it. Sometimes I have good gut feelings, sometimes I have bad ones, and I had one all day. I couldn't shake it. And try to watch film, try to talk myself out of the feeling, but I just couldn't. But I was really proud of the way our guys competed back in the game. You know, we got down 22-17, and we could have just as easily laid down and allowed it, bad things to continue to happen. But I thought our guys did a really good job of competing in the game and getting back in the game and then taking complete control of the game in the second half. So I was really proud of us in that aspect. But yeah, it's easy. It's really easy to look ahead. I don't think that was the issue with our guys. I think that's a quick excuse that people can give us, but that's not an excuse for us. We just didn't execute the best that we could execute. We wasn't completely locked in, and I don't think it was because we wasn't ready or looking ahead of next week as much as it was. We may not have respected our opponent to the way we should have. We jumped up 14-0. We was executing pretty well at that point, and then I think we may have thought that they would lay down for us, and that's not the case. Not in our region with the teams that we play and the coaches that we play against. They do a really good job of getting their guys prepared and motivated for a football game, and they come out ready to go. It didn't go good for them early, but they continue to play. And if you allow a team to make a few big plays, the momentum and everything shifts, especially when you're on the road, especially when the referees are going to call everything that they can for the other squad. Except for when we're at Sylvania, don't go our way. I'm not going to get started on that. I feel like we're the only team in the state that don't get home cooking in the regular season. But, and that's what it's supposed to be about. And that's what I told the team at halftime. That's what road games are about in the regular season. It's about going on the road. It's about facing adversity. It's about getting penalties thrown on you that you may not think that, like, you can't control any of that. The only thing you can control is what you do next and the next play. Let me deal with it. And I'll probably scream at the refs too much about it. But let me deal with that, and y'all just continue to play football. And but there's no excuse. The referees ain't the reason that we lost the lead. The referees are not the reason for any of it. It don't help. But if we execute the way we're supposed to execute in the game, we don't allow them to get on the board. So, but again, a lot of that credit has to go to Coach Finley and Ohatchee. But we got to continue to get better that we don't allow things like that to happen in the future.
Let me ask a quick question about the officials, and I don't want you going on a tangent or nothing, but what a lot of people may not realize is after halftime, your side judges swap sides, and you're used to, like Friday night, the one that was on there in the first half, he would kind of talk to you a little bit about what was going on, but the one in the second half wouldn't say a word to you. He just stared at you. He wouldn't talk to you. How big of a difference does that make for you?
Yeah, it's a big difference because you may get a side judge that has thicker skin than the next guy. So you may can say a little bit more to one than you can to the other and ask more questions. But, it's tough in the second half because you'll have one guy that's all about you being in the box and the next guy is just a little bit more lenient about it. So you got to kind of adjust to what they do. And like you said, though, some of them don't want to talk to you about anything. And when you're on the road, it's way worse. You don't have your association on the road, which that's part of high school football, and that's part of going on the road, and that's part of the advantages of playing at home for a lot of people. It is tough to answer your question.
Go ahead, Randy. I since he was talking about officials, I thought I'd bring that up because that was one of the questions that I wanted to ask.
I mean, we couldn't, and I'm not trying to dish on the officials or anything like that. We need them to play the football game, and I'm happy that we have people out there that's calling the football game, and that's what it's supposed to be on the road. I don't think it should be that blatant, but on the road it's supposed to happen that way. Anyways, I am thankful that we have officials and people that's willing to do that because I wouldn't do it. I'll be the first one to tell you that I wouldn't do it. And I wouldn't listen to myself scream at myself. So I need to do a better job. Like if I was an official, I couldn't listen. I couldn't walk the sideline where I'm at. So I need to do a better job of that myself. But we are thankful for officials. But sometimes it does hurt a little bit. You do get a little aggravated. But anyways, it don't affect wins or losses, in my opinion, if you execute the way you're supposed to execute on both sides of the football, all three phases.
That's the reason I never ask official questions because it's a sticky line. I mean, it's and I wouldn't do it, Coach. You make a great point. I couldn't do it. I wouldn't want to do it. So appreciate the ones that do. Aiden and Kyle coming into halftime is 24-22. We'll start with Kyle. Was there a point that y'all, as a team, just kind of looked at each other and went, hey, Ohatchee's better than we thought they were?
Probably right before we went at halftime, we kind of messed some assignments up and kind of like thought we'd just go in there and I guess as a unit just kind of go in and just win and be an easy week, but it wasn't really that way when we got there.
Aiden, you come out in the third quarter and y'all answer with 20 points straight. For some point in that third quarter that you just got your legs under you and felt better as an offense?
I mean, of course, that first drive, we come out, we scored first play.
First play, yeah.
Yeah, so I knew we had, something about to start going, and then just after that, it started flowing.
Aiden, in that game, in the film I did get to watch, it seems like they were pretty physical at the point of the football. As far as a team physicality, was Ohatchee as physical in person as they looked on film?
I mean, most of the time when they hit me, it was like in the ankles. So,
I hate that.
I don't know. That was annoying.
Yeah. Chaney, go ahead and run off some questions while I get my next set ready.
Well, Aiden, the reason they was hitting you in the ankles because they couldn't catch you in your upper body. You kept on twisting and turning.
Yeah.
Coach Vann, you kind of got the passing game going on this past Friday night. We know where you stand on the passing game, and we know where Coach Arnold stands with the Communist passing game. But I think he had to be pleased with the passing yardage and the passes that you had going on Friday night.
Yeah, I thought we did a better job on the back end. I thought we caught the ball better, threw the ball better. We still missed some throws. We still missed some reads, and routes weren't always perfect. We messed up a lot in it, but so did everybody else in every other position. So, but I really was proud in how we threw the football because we don't have to do a really good job of throwing the football on people, especially if people start adding guys in the box. We was able to take advantage of a lot of guys not only being in the box, because at times there was a lot in the box Friday night, but there were guys outside the box that were trying to play in on the run. And when you're able to play action guys that are trying to run in on and be a part of the run game, even if you are 12 yards deep, but you take 4 steps forward on play action and you can get behind them. I mean, that's a big deal. You need to take advantage of it. And it's one thing to get behind them. It's another thing to throw and catch it. And I thought we did a better job of throwing and catching the football. And maybe that gives us a little confidence going forward because we have to be really good in the pass game in the future if we're going to win the football games throughout the season. So I'm really proud of how we continue to kind of take steps forward in that aspect of our offense, and we're going to have to continue to get better. So
I know I was standing there beside Coach Lee after that first pass play, I think it was, after halftime, and Zach took it to the house, and he looked at me and said, you can't put that many people in the box. A perfect pass play and everything, and Randy's flipping everybody around. Perfect pass play for a touchdown.
You broke out on us. You went black for a few minutes.
Hey, you went Derrick Henry on us and just sprinted to the end zone there for a minute.
Yeah. So, but Kyle, let me ask you: you're one of the what they call one of the big nasties up front and all that. What would you rather do, pass block or run block?
Probably run block. So just take your steps and block. That's about it. And don't have to worry about speedy guys running past you or nothing like that. Are you kind of like the quarterback of the offensive line? Do you call protections or anything like that?
Well,
Finn does that, but if he messes it up, then yeah.
No, fix it. To our up front guys. Sometimes if we're trying to call it to somebody, or if it's we get some walk downs or something, and we check the wrong slide or something, Kyle try to correct it for us.
Good deal. Aiden, what about you? I know the answer to this, but I want to ask anyway. Would you rather run the ball or go out for pass receiving?
I'm gonna say run the ball.
He can't catch. If I was playing us, I'd just leave him open. I was just like,
Hey, Coach, that's going to be my next question. Why don't Aiden get more balls out of the backfield? But I think you answered.
no, he can't catch. I need to just start leaving him open. We won't throw it to him. I'm just he can't. No, he can't. I hope people don't think he can and they leave him open. But I'm just giving him a hard time. He does do a good job of it. Last year, he could not catch because he had a big old bulky cast on.
He did.
I did catch.
Then his thumb dislocated in the middle of the game, so he had two hurt hands, which is for not catching. No, I'm just kidding. He can when you don't have a cast on.
Hey, Aiden, going back to last year in that moment, it looked like you were doing everything to protect the football. Did you run? Did you run with both hands on the football when you had the cast on?
What do you mean?
Did you tuck it away like you normally do, or did when you got contact, did you try to throw both hands over the football?
Well, I would just cover it up with my big old club on my hand. They couldn't touch it.
Yeah, it was a big old club. Man. It had extra padding on it. I mean, it had to weigh at least. It had to slow him down. He's slow anyways, but that slowed him down just a little bit more.
Okay, I didn't mean to bring that up. Sorry about that, Aiden. Go ahead.
I got a quick question for you, Aiden. What can you do? You can't catch, and you're real slow. So what can you actually do on the football field that Coach Vann's proud of?
I mean, I guess
He
no.
runs the ball hard. He makes good cuts. He is pretty fast. I'm just giving him a hard time. He's a lot faster than he was last year at this time because he was dealing with a hip flexure, cracked tailbone, broke hand, and dislocated thumb. So it wasn't that much at this point in time, but it was getting that way. So we're just proud he's healthy up to this point. And he's done a really good job of seeing the cuts. So.
Anybody think Coach Vann was going to say pass block? Well,
How is this pass blocking, Coach?
Who's?
Aiden.
He does a pretty good job. I mean, he don't have to get in there too much, and he helps out more than his backer, Don't Harley, the one he's checking. Don't Harley ever blitz, I don't think yet, but he does a good job when he needs to of meeting him at the line of scrimmage and helping out the lineman. So.
Aiden, I'm trying to get a compliment from Coach about you, but it ain't working. I'll turn it back over to Randy. Randy, good luck, man.
Well, I'm telling you, we're 22 minutes in, and Ohatchee's done last week. Let's move ahead to Geraldine. And let's talk a little bit about Geraldine. And I want to start with you, Coach Vann. And, we talked about Piedmont last year, and going into Piedmont week, you lost twice to Piedmont. Now, it's kind of the opposite situation. Those kids over Geraldine's going to be working extra hard to get after you this week. What kind of preparation or let's start with Geraldine. What do you normally expect to see out of Geraldine, offensively and defensively wise?
They're going to be well coached on both sides of the football, and they do a really good job as a staff. I think Coach Davis does a really good job with his football team, and they play really hard for him. And you can see that on film, and I think that's one of the biggest compliments as a coach is if your kids play hard and their kids play hard. So they have a really good culture over there, and they play really hard and running the football. And defensively, I think they're giving up 4.6 points a game, so they're the number one defense in 3A right now. So, and if we can't do nothing about it, they'll continue to be that. I think they do a really good job on that side of the football. They do a good job on offense too. I think Coach Davis does a good job of matching what he has with his offense. He's spread out a little bit more than he has been, I think, last year. He's kind of doing what he did towards the end of the year last year. He's got a lot of talent out wide. He has Carlos Mann's really good running back, really good slot wherever you put him. He does a really good job of putting 22 in different situations and different positions, which causes you trouble on defense to get lined up and be prepared for him because he is the best player, one of the best players in the region. So you have to be prepared for him. He's one play from scoring a touchdown. He can score any given play. You can have him. You think you're about to tackle him, he makes one or two misses, and you can't catch him. So he's really quick, athletic, and then he's also fast. So we have to do a good job hemming him up and getting him on the ground. When we get hands on him, we got to hold on because if he busts loose, it's going to be hard for us to catch him. And then Jackson Cobbin, our quarterback, He's just as good today, and he's better today than he was 3 years ago, and he was really good 3 years ago. So we're going to have to do a good job against him, and he also plays defensive end, and then number 26 plays defensive end for him. They have a lot of really good football players that play really hard. I think it's the best football team we've played at this point. So we're going to have to be really prepared and ready to go because they're a good football team. They're good on offense, don't get me wrong, but they're really good on defense. They've done a good job of holding teams down and doing what they're supposed to do and being well coached. So, we're going to have to execute and be good if we want to give ourselves the opportunity to win football.
Okay, guys, last year, you play in that region with Geraldine, and you see these, of course, you grew up in the area. Start with you, Kai. What does Geraldine Week mean to you, and is it something you look forward to getting to this week as a football player to compete against such a good team?
Yeah, I mean, it's always fun playing someone around here. It's always a big game, and you can always brag about it when you win, so that's always nice.
Aiden, with the talent that Coach just described they have in the backfield, do you take a little bit of a personal challenge to come out and have a good game yourself?
Yeah. I always try to have a good game, but this week's important because, like I tried to say, this is probably the best team we're going to play so far. So we need to come out and have a good game.
Coach, some weeks we go into this and we talk about the other team, and it's almost like you have to hype them up a little bit for us. But, and that's your job as a coach. But when you put on the film or you put on the huddle and you watch Geraldine, they're well coached and maybe the most athletic team you'll play to this point of the year.
Yeah, they're fast. They're young on the back end, but they're athletic as well. In the secondary, and they got some guys who started. I don't know names well, but I'm really numbers. I even call some of our guys numbers still, but I'm better with numbers. But 6, they sort of get him the football a little bit more. He's a really athletic kid. I don't think he's a sophomore, but they're doing a really good job of getting their guys the ball in space. So we're going to have to do a really good job tackling. They're very athletic. And Piedmont was really good as well in the secondary, and they're very athletic at linebacker. So I would. We played some teams that's been athletic, but we haven't played Carlos Mann. I think Carlos Mann's a really good football player. So we have to be prepared and ready to go. And the biggest deal is, like we told them last week, who executes the best wins a football game. So are we going to execute better than Geraldine? Is Geraldine going to execute better than us? Let's execute the game and take care of the football. Get our eyes where they're supposed to be, and let's play full speed. So it don't change week to week. Your preparation's got to be really good. You have to be really good on Friday night with how you prepare for the game, and then how you execute in the game, and then how you compete in the game. So, I think our guys are going to be ready. We didn't have the greatest day today. I thought we still practiced hard. I thought we got after it. Our execution wasn't great. We need to be better tomorrow in the morning. But I'm really proud with how we ended practice, and really proud how it went after that portion of practice was over. I was really proud with how we responded with practice. But didn't have the greatest day. But I thought, well, again, adversity hit and things didn't go well. I thought we ended the right way. So,
Kai, do you take pride in playing in a region that's got 3 of the best 3A teams in the state in it, with Piedmont, Geraldine, yourself, and of course other teams too, it's a really loaded region. And when you tell people you play in that region, can you take a little pride in that, or just how do you feel playing in that region?
Pretty good. There's not many teams around here that can say they play the good teams that we do on a week-to-week basis, and winning our regions a lot, because there's a lot of good teams that play with us or that we play against.
Aiden, same question to you. How do you feel about playing in that region? And, it's very possible that you're going to see some region teams in the playoffs too. So you kind of need to make a statement during the regular season.
Yeah, of course. Like I said, not everybody around here plays, a really good team week to week like we do. I think that, I like having a hard region. We have a good game every week.
Well, I asked Coach if Auburn was busy when he made out the schedule, and he said he didn't call him, but I don't believe that. So, Coach, you talked about this week got installed on Monday, day practice. You'll wrap up kind of everything in the next 48 hours. It's important to have a good 48 hours ahead of you.
It is. And when you prepare the right way, you can still lose the game when we walk through on Thursday morning till Friday night at 7. So if you're not mentally preparing and continuing to stay locked in, just being ready to play the football game, like don't lose it in the span where you're not even having to work. You're just getting some mental reps and just preparing and getting your body right, and drinking the right things, eating the right things, not drinking sweet tea, and
taking care of your body, I heard, was your word.
Yeah, but it's very important that we do what we need to do over the next 48 hours, especially after that little lull we had today. We're going to have to have a really good day tomorrow in the morning and challenge our guys in the morning to be better. So,
hey, Aiden, just and I'll come back to you, Kyle. Let's talk about your week of prep. And is there something you as a running back? I know you have I guess a rhythm to your week. Saturday, Sunday, probably getting over sore. When do you start feeling like, getting everything back and starting to feel like, hey, I'm headed towards game day?
Usually by Tuesday. I mean, Monday we have just the install game or practice, and Tuesday is usually when I start feeling.
All right, Kyle. I know you're not. Hey, I'm the big defender of offensive linemen. Monday install day for the offensive line. How complicated is it? And do you feel like when you leave Monday, sometimes your head's about to explode because you got a different look you're going to have to deal with?
I mean, it's not really complicated because we've done kind of the same stuff for the past 3 years. It's just a little movement here, a little different blocking here, and it's pretty simple once you get it down and memorized, and it's not too bad.
All right, man. Howie, you can ask your normal Howie questions. I know it's coming. You just can't ask Aiden why he's got such good hair, because I'm saving that one for me.
Yeah, guys. Y'all know the drill. When I start asking questions, y'all have anything that superstitions you got to do on game day? Start with you, Kyle, then go to Aiden.
I mean, so far, every Friday I go eat at Chick-fil-A, get me a sweet tea, and that's about it. Lay around at home.
Oh, go ahead, Aiden.
I don't know. I usually just listen to music before every game, and then right before I walk out, I always pray, and that's about it. It's about superstitious things.
Let me ask you a question, Aiden. I know you love music, and music's part of your life. Is there any particular music that you like to listen to? Game day.
Game day?
Yeah.
It's usually just country or like worship music. That's all I listen to like all the time. So.
Yeah, same question for you, Kyle.
I mean, I listen to just about everything. Whatever comes on is usually what I listen to. It's about just turn my headphones up and just whatever comes on a playlist is what I listen to.
Coach Vann, do you have Coach Wilson's playlist saved in your phone?
No.
Go ahead.
I was going to ask Coach Vann about Kyle's game there.
What is it?
I was going to ask about Kyle's sweet tea on
He's
pregame.
Green tea.
Oh, no, it's Kai. Not Kyle. That's why I was laughing. I couldn't quit. It just cracked me up.
Oh, my bad.
No, you're good. I was looking at Kai. I was cracking up. I saw him get it. I forgot where he was at. He got a sweet tea. I've been giving him a hard time ever since. It was when we was eating one day earlier in the summer. It might have been late summer. I don't even remember when it was, but I was giving him a hard time, so I always joke with him about it.
Yeah, I know.
Summer, it might have been for winning the summer. It might have been Santa Fe.
We were eating at Santa Fe.
That's right.
Kyle, let me apologize to you, man. I called you Kyle a couple times. My fault. My apology, man.
It's okay.
You're good. You're good. I couldn't quit laughing about it.
So, Kyle, let's start with you. You got a favorite teacher?
Like out of all school or just this year?
Yeah, any teacher from kindergarten through 12th grade.
And Coach Vann's never been anybody's choice, so go ahead now.
I didn't say one's my mom because if not, she might get mad.
Smart man.
Yeah. I go with my mom.
Aiden?
Coach Vann. Coach Vann's my favorite teacher. So.
Congratulations, Aiden.
Finally, I'm on the board. I haven't been nobody's favorite teacher for 2 years. That's awesome.
That was a mercy pick, but let me go ahead, Howie.
Yeah, Aiden, what about your favorite subject?
I don't know. Probably math. I have like 3 math classes throughout my days, so I mean, I guess I like math.
Well, having 3 classes, I'd say you do. What about you?
Mine's definitely math. Math's the easiest.
Y'all need to stand beside me during the game. Help me add those numbers up, guys.
All right.
Because I have to turn to John and ask him, John Seals, so that tells you why my numbers are all over the place.
He has to pull out a phone and a calculator.
One last one for both of you. Favorite food, either favorite place to eat or favorite food, whichever one. Kai, start with you.
Favorite food's got to be steak.
Good deal, Aiden.
I love me some, stuffed ravioli.
Nice.
Really
Aiden
You even
is
surprised Coach Vann with that answer there.
Yeah. It's impressive. I'm an Italian guy, so I could eat Olive Garden every day.
Me too.
Cool, good deal. Kyle, with Coach Arnold being in, helping with the offensive line, how big of a help has he been so far?
Coach Arnold, he's helped a lot. I love Coach Arnold. He's funny and he's just a cool guy to hang around with.
Yeah, he's got a lot of the useless knowledge that you're not real sure what it's for, but he lets you know about it.
He does.
Aiden, who's your position, Coach Aiden?
Coach Willingham.
Coach Willingham. Talk something good about Coach Willingham this week.
Shut up. Well, his last shot was pretty bad.
It was.
I don't know. He's really good F coach.
Hey, neither one of y'all played defense. Am I correct about that?
Sir?
Neither one of y'all play defense, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Or do y'all play defense some?
No, sir. We don't play defense.
Okay, so does it – I know it helps you as far as not being as tired, but does it keep you in the rhythm of the game as far as not playing both ways?
I mean, it definitely keeps you from not tired. When you come to sidelines, you can adjust some stuff from drive to drive. That helps out a pretty good bit.
Yes. I agree with him.
Aiden, you played defense some last year, though, did you not?
Yes, sir.
Do you miss the contact on being on the defensive side of the football?
I do kind of miss it some. I do. Yeah. It does feel good to have that little rest before going back out there.
Certainly, especially when you get 40-something carries. Go ahead, Howie.
Yeah, go ahead, Randy. Go ahead and ask some more, man.
No, you were. I was just wanting to finish up that, but I did, Coach Vann, when we were talking about favorite food. You said you was an Italian man. Is that your favorite food? Think we've ever got yours?
Yeah, that's one of the tops. I don't know. I'm an everything guy. Like, I don't call much. I mean, if it's in front of me, I'm gonna try it. It's the only thing I know for 100% fact I don't like is oysters. So that's the number one. I know. Everything else though, I'll eat it.
I'm a buffet guy, so I take everything. Coach, 40 minutes in now. We've had some fun. We've laughed. We've reviewed Ohatchee. Tell me, going into the Geraldine week, if we're going to get to talk about football just for a minute, is there something you'd like to say to your fan base? We get on here every week and invite them, but I feel like this is a week for them to turn out.
Yeah, I think they will. I think they did a really good job of showing up against Piedmont, and I think they're going to do an even better job this Friday night. So I'm excited about it. And we're thankful. I know the kids enjoy, players. They enjoy a big crowd. They feed off of it. They're happy they're there, especially the student section. They did a really good job last time, so I know they'll be back and be loud. So, thankful again, and I know these players are.
Kyle, what does it mean to you to look around and see a full student section or come to school on Monday morning and have a few pats on the back just to have your schools behind you?
It means a lot. They can certainly help a lot on a game day. Being loud and just it means a lot. Just everyone being around, wanting to help out, and just being behind you on whatever happens.
Aiden, the same question. What does it feel like, just to have everybody there and up in the stands?
I agree with him. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, we're very thankful for everyone that shows up in sports. So.
What do you like as a fan up in the stands when it's your little brother on the field?
I'm usually standing on the sideline with him. So, I mean.
Can't get too loud on the sideline?
I guess no.
All right, Howie, you got anything? We'll kind of wrap her up and head her out and get Coach Vann and the players on the way. So let's start wrapping it up, Howie, if you've got anything you want to ask about the game.
Yeah, last Friday night you had a great turnout fan-wise at Ohatchee, Coach. I know you expect at least that many, if not a lot more, being a home game come Friday night. Student section was loud and the fans was there, and I know for a fact that some of the fans ended up sitting on Ohatchee side because Ohatchee's visitors bleachers was kind of small.
Yeah, I mean that's we've traveled really well since I've been here. I think it's only getting better, and we're thankful. These players have worked really hard, and they deserve everybody that'll come out. They've worked, from last year for 7 months. They deserve all the support they can get. They're thankful for it, appreciate it. So need them out this Friday as well.
Yeah, good deal. I want to jump back to Piedmont just for a second. Michael Ingram reached out to me. He does the radio for Piedmont and everything, and he said the upgrades that you made at the stadium are great. Everyone from Sylvania was helpful to our crew on Friday night when we got there to set up. Everyone treated us nicely after the game, and he wished Sylvania football team good luck the rest of the year. How does that make you feel knowing that the visitors was welcomed at your home stadium?
That's I think that's the culture on what we're about, and hopefully continue to be about, win, lose, or draw. No matter what happens, treat them the right way, and proud of it, and look forward to having them back. Maybe they won't be in our region. Maybe they'll be in the playoffs, but no, it's they were good to us when we went over there too. Besides the locker room.
Hey, how you and I both know, besides the locker room, sometimes that's not true when you go into a place. So credit to the Sylvania for being because you can go into some places and you ain't welcome.
Yeah, absolutely. And Michael's a big fan of the show. He watches the show every week, seems like, or he said he did. So I believe that he did. All right, guys, we're going to end it up. I've started something new for the last couple of weeks, predicting a game. We're going to predict all
on the last one.
Well, Coach, you jumping ahead. You're 1-1 so far this year.
Okay.
I think I was wrong.
The players are 2-2 so far between Cooley and Jackson, Logan and Leo.
So 500.
Everybody's 500. So this week we're going to go with Auburn and Texas A&M. Coach Vann.
Texas A&M. I don't care how bad people say Jimbo Fisher is, how bad Texas A&M. I'm not picking Auburn. I'm going A&M. Jimbo Fisher gets it done. Where's it at?
It's at A&M.
Oh, give me the 12th man. So, yeah, I'll take A&M every day, all day by 40. I know who Aiden's about to pick. He's an Auburn Tiger fan. Kai's an Auburn fan. So, I bet they both pick Auburn.
Hey, smart. Go ahead with your picks.
I'm going with Texas. Texas A&M.
Yes, sir. Smart pick.
The other one, I wasn't sure who picked that one. Who's the last one that's got to pick?
Texas A&M.
So we're gonna all be 3-0 right there. Who you got, Randall?
I think I'll take Texas A&M too. I got a shocker for you. I think Texas A&M's a lot better than most people do. I think Texas A&M got a good chance knock Tennessee off in 2 weeks in Knoxville too. So, there's talent there. So, didn't go well.
There should be. When you have that much money, I mean, you should.
No.
When's Tennessee making the quarterback change?
I don't know. Probably. Next question, Howie.
Guys,
Wilson and consult with him.
Guys,
Y'all paid that quarterback y'all got in enough money, you might as well play him.
Yes.
Coach Vann, Kai, Aiden, appreciate your time. I know it's a busy week this week, big game this week, just like every week. Appreciate you joining us today, and I hope you get to come back very soon.
Thank you for having us.
Yep. Y'all got to give a shout out though before you get out of here. So both of you, who you shouting out here?
I shout out my mom and my brother.
Oh, shout out my family.
They're getting that family in, Coach. They're getting pretty smart. Coach, we'd be remiss if we didn't ask you who you shout out.
Oh, my wife, my kid. Every time they put up with a lot, so I have to give them a shout out.
Coach, one final, almost serious question too. Do y'all have any special plans for parking? I did have one email ask me if there's any arrangements this week for extra parking.
I don't think so. That's not a Coach Vann question. That's another thing I'm really proud of that I don't have to deal with. We have a lot of people that help and do a lot around here. I can kind of leave that to them, and I don't have to worry about anything but the ball game. But that's a question that you probably shoot on.
Sure, tell them shoot
the Sylvania Football Messenger, and I'm sure there'll be stuff coming out normally about Thursday or Friday on anything like that via Sylvania Football Facebook. So.
Excellent. For Coach Vann, for Howie Chaney, for Aiden, for Kai, thank you for joining us. Good night. God bless. We'll see you next week in the post-Geraldine week.